Everybody wants to know, are we getting a second stimulus check? I call it the cash money, and I'm looking for it vigorously. And so this week, we got some great news. So without further ado, let's get into our daily stimulus updates right now. Hello everybody, it's your boy, this is Ace Live. I am a traveler YouTuber. However, I am taking the time to talk about the stimulus package, all right? I want to know where is the money, the cash money, and I'm going to be talking about it on this particular platform for the next couple of weeks, days, every single day. I will try to give you guys an update. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscription button so you don't miss any videos I drop, okay? Because it might be useful to you. I know a lot of you guys, since my last video, have said I have already received my first stimulus check. But wouldn't you want to know if you're getting a second one? Well, a lot of people are interested in this topic, especially since this past week where we had Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, talking about it. Listen to this clip.
Every single small business owner that I spoke to around the country had this exact same words, that without the Paycheck Protection Program, they would not have survived. So survival was the key and the focus. But now the focus turns from survival to recovery. And so as we think about recovery, my question is, as June 30th comes sooner than some would like, many are asking about a second bite at that apple. Is there an opportunity as you all think through where we should go? Is there an appetite for folks to perhaps see another 4 weeks of the PPP in addition to what they already have? And/or are there any other ideas that are on the table that speaks to the recovery aspect of where we are and not simply the survival mode that we have been in? To either panelist.
Well, Senator Scott, thank you and appreciate all of your help. I definitely think we are going to need another bipartisan legislation to put more money into the economy. I think, as we've said, we don't want to rush into that because we want to be both careful at this point in seeing how the money is in the economy. A lot of the money is still not in it. And two, I think we need to be much more targeted at this point. So I think at the point when we were in an emergency, we had to put a lot of money in the economy, and we knew that it would not be perfection. But I think whatever we do going forward needs to be much more targeted, particularly to the industries and small businesses that are having the most difficulty in reopening as a result of COVID-19. And we look forward to working with you and the rest of the committee over the next few weeks as we think about that.
If you're wondering what he's talking about at the end, he's talking about PPP, which is the Payment Protection Program. This is the same umbrella where they're sending money to small businesses and helping people out with unemployment. But he has some words to talk about the unemployment and helping businesses in the next round. So check this out.
Well, Jim, first of all, we couldn't be more pleased with the success of the PPP, and you saw that in the unemployment numbers. So not only did we save millions and millions of jobs, but there's no question in my mind the increase in jobs was a direct result of the PPP and reopening the economy. Those are both very important factors. Now, you got to remember, when we asked Congress for money, they were afraid we were going to run out again, so they gave us an extra $60 billion. So when we modeled this, we didn't think we'd end up spending all this money. And now that we've given the restaurants more flexibility of 24 weeks, which that was the number one ask they had for the president when they came in, my guess is that you're going to see the restaurants come in and now take up a bunch of this money. But we're in productive discussions. Yesterday I was at the SBA committee, and huge bipartisan support for this program. And that's why I said yesterday, when we look at the next round of CARES 4, I think one of the things we're really going to need to be very focused on is how do we help the industries that are especially impacted. And I would say, hotels, travel, entertainment, restaurants are right up there. So we're going to need to be much more targeted in making sure that we get people back to work and we help these industries. And the president and I won't be done until we get every single person back to work. You did mention the unemployment. Let me just be clear. We knew there was an issue with the unemployment where some people were getting paid more to stay home than to work. So whatever we do with unemployment, we're going to fix that.
Now, I want to say this, right? I feel like that's a great idea. to help people get back to work and to help the small businesses out. However, Mr. Mnuchin said something real interesting about the PPP that got a lot of people asking questions. Okay, in a recent statement released by Steven Mnuchin, he said that the Trump administration does not plan to release details about companies that release billions of dollars through a high-profile federal CV release initiative. We're talking about undisclosed businesses that receive more than $500 billion in government-backed emergency loans. So for me personally, that's kind of odd that it's the norm. We can't chase our money. It's our money. They're just going to throw it. And so a lot of people are saying, is this going to big businesses or is it going to really small businesses? Is it really helping out? All right. And this is how we can figure out how to make moves moving forward. If we can't find out where the money went in the past, how are we going to move forward? I mean, he's talking the big talk. It's kind of weird though. Also in an interview, he mentioned that we would have to wait for the Senate for them to reach some form of bipartisan to release a bill. Right, which is very good, interesting. It's taking so long, and people are saying that the bill is coming out in July. I want to backtrack 2 months ago and show you what the Senate was talking about.
It is abundantly clear that our nation cannot afford partisan politics as usual. This is a moment for bold and bipartisan action. That's what the Senate did earlier this month when we passed billions of dollars in targeted funding to assist medical professionals and responders in every state and to ease the initial shock to small businesses. And that's what the Senate needs to expand on this week: bold and bipartisan action. We're making progress. The House of Representatives may have left town, but the Senate is right here at work. We're crafting the major legislation that the American people deserve in the face of this major challenge. And it's my intention that the Senate will not adjourn until we have passed significant and bold new steps above and beyond what the House has passed to help our strong nation and our strong underlying economy weather this storm.
Weeks later, we still haven't gotten our cash money, but the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, has something to say in an interview with Bloomberg.
Well, we have to open it up safely, because otherwise, we are just going to go back and forth on this, and people will lose their lives. The American people overwhelmingly have said they are more concerned about their health care, their good health, than going back to work. Although everyone wants to go back to work or back to school, that is not even a discussion. But how to do it safely is a discussion. So, to your question, where is the negotiation? Well, originally, they said, never, nothing, we are not doing anything. Then they said, well, we'll do $1 trillion. That's not enough. And then, we do not know when we will do it, but we need something soon. So, they have been changing their tune on it, and the American people will demand we have bipartisan support across the country for everything that we are doing. And I will remind you that everything we are doing for state and local government to honor our heroes, to keep their jobs cost less than half of what the Republicans had in their tax scam, to give the tax cuts to the wealthiest people in America, 83% of the benefits going to the top 1%. This is a stimulus to the economy. Go look at speaker.gov web link and see what this means to you, where you live, in your state, in your county, in your township or city. Again, half of the tax cuts.
Okay, that was not Nancy's voice. Okay, work with me. I could change it. I can make it Russian or whatnot. Work with me, okay? So, I mean, is she right? I want you to comment down below. What are your thoughts? Is she right? Does she has a point there? Are they playing around? Or is there a lot of fat in the bill right now the Senate has, and that's why they're taking so long, which is another reason why we don't have our money. However, there are still members in the Senate who are still trying to push the bill before the July PPP deadline. The Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wrote a letter to the president and to the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, a interesting letter where it states, without immediate and comprehensive action on Republicans on additional CV-19 legislation, communities of color and millions of working Americans are going to needlessly suffer, and our efforts to rebuild a foster and equitable recovery of American economy will also fall woefully short. Anyways, guys, that was your up-to-date. Let me know what your thoughts on the subject so far. It seems to me that the Republicans in the Senate still want to hold back on the bill for whatever reason. The Democrats are down to pass the bill. What is your thoughts? Who's holding up the process? Should they hold up the process? And should we get a stimulus check, or should we just try to get back to work? I want to hear all your comments down below. Stick with me for more updated information. Subscribe right now. I'll be back tomorrow. I look forward to hearing all of your questions and answers down in the comments below. See you in the next video tomorrow. I'll be back here tomorrow. All right. Bye.